ihm helfen? Konntest du ihm helfen? Gut.
Continue now here in the classroom. Today is Christopher's day, so we will take all the job. We will explain about the theoretical part about the systems of the different systems of the 6-0, and we will stay here about 45 minutes, and then we go up again to the sport hall. Okay?
Ist ja auf dem Stick noch genug. Okay. Yeah. First of all, it was a little bit different, like a normal workshop that I show you in the practice, some defense. But maybe it's like for you if you train a youth team, the things are not only this way or the way you want, and you have to deal with it. Yeah, you have to look how can I find something. I saw now 4 defense 6-0 variations with this team. And when I would be the trainer of the team, then I maybe have a look, okay, what can be the best defense for this team? And my opinion is, I can't say, okay, I'm a Russian, I play Russian 6-0. But maybe the better variation could be that I say, this is my team. And they have this maybe this tallness, this cleverness, and then I choose the right way. Yeah. And for me, as I was 5 years a trainer in the first Bundesliga, I'm started with 2012 was Swedish 6-0 with variations, yeah. And over the years, I played sometimes Russian, I played sometimes Spanish. I tried to, yeah, and I played in some cases another variation who is not shown before, yeah. Where I find my own way, yeah. And for you, maybe it's interesting that I don't think, and the German maybe way of thinking is not that we need one system, what we make in every situation, because every system can be crashed by a good offense, yeah. But if you have a flexible system, you can find maybe solutions, or the solutions of the offense is not working because you're not moving like the way like you have to in the system. But for making this kind of defense, you have to know something about the ways you can play. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm starting this way. And was not. I only want to ask you about the 6-0 because I want to have the answer from you if you can see this, what I want, because when it's not, it's my fault, because as a trainer I have to show what I want. And for you, just I think improving is only possible if you are going into situations that you have not before. And you have to be brave to give an answer and say, okay, this is Icelandic defense. And when someone said, no, this is not Icelandic defense, yeah, you have to discuss about it. Yeah. And I'm the best thing in my life as a trainer is discussing and talking with other high-level coaches. Yeah. And I'm not in the opinion that I have the best solution. No, but I can make only my solution better when I'm talking with different answers of my questions, yeah. And some coaches sometimes say, oh, no, don't talk about this like we play this. Yeah, but I want to talk about this. I want you to find solutions against my defense. That's my way to get better. When I make a secret of it, you can see the videos, you can see it. And if you are good true trainers like you are, you find solutions. And when you talk with me about the solutions, and we can find a better system and a better handball. And that can be a goal for us all. And now, the Russian 6-0, it's traditional, it's very old. In 1980, they were crashed by the German Democratic Republic because they play 3-1, and nobody knows what's 3-1. And they play their 6-0, and they can only attack against 6-0. And that's the next question. We have to build up our defense, maybe auch to find solutions against in the offense. But defense and offense, both things are important. And when the trainers always said, yeah, offense wins games, defense wins titles, that's not right. I think right is defense and offense and fast break and all the things must be good to win a title. Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Alles zusammen.
The guys from the last row. Okay, then let's start. I make only what I show you now. It's just this part of the defense, but I want to show you that what I made for you, and we can talk about this. Yeah, if you see, normally this is. You have a question? Normally, the defense of the Russians is maybe like every defense starting in this position. And when maybe the ball is here, I've taken something like this because that's the changing. Yeah. When you go back one time, it's not working. And now it's started. Okay. When the ball goes to the left back, wing players, defense players are offensive. He goes up and he's following. But they don't change the positions. That's maybe remarkable because it's indirect. Maybe he goes here to let them be far away, the middle player, and he is following here. When he goes here, he's setting, and these players stay in the middle. With the line player, they try to put him here and make a block. And maybe in the system, you can change something. But the main things are wing players offensive. They stay behind the line player. This one is up. Maybe this one is up when the player is coming throw, and he don't want to lose to this side. Yeah, pushing everything to the middle. That's a tactic of the Russians. And if you see a modern game of them, then you see that they variate this, but the key is that all the Russian players can play the system and play it very successful. Yeah, if you see in the last years, and there are not so many good Russian players because the system has changed. And I'm a friend of Oleg Kuleshov, and he made very good work there. And together with his team. On this basics, yeah, he built a good team and a good structure for them, and I think it's in the last World Championship to see that we can throw only 21 goals, and that's one thing. Every system is right, yeah. If you know all the answers when there are questions from the players, yeah, and I think just this maybe is a little look into this 6-0. I put it away because and maybe you can see it when I look on YouTube. Every video of the 6-0 in Russian is this way. Yeah, but they variate it because they know also that here they have to be flexible. Okay, make the next one, please. Maybe the wing player can go on this pass. You know, when they play with Dibirov on the wing, he's very fast. Yeah, But when the ball is here, he's more or less in the defensive position, and he goes up to this. When the ball goes here, he goes higher, and we see it yesterday with Jochen, that the position of the wing player for faking or for making 1 against 2 is very important. I prefer this position, not this position in the starting, because I think from here it's easier to come here and to come here. When you start from here, you have to start early. I know, I think it's normal for you to think about these things, but it's one detail what can decide if it's successful or not, getting the ball or making 1 against 2. 1 against 2 means that you are one more people close to the ball. Yeah? And when this is possible, you can maybe be more successful. Okay, go on. Thank you. Swedish one, I take female because we're men's handball and women's handball. And women's handball will get really better when you see the Norway defense 2 years ago of the females. They playing so perfect defense, and it was really impressive for me. Yeah, when you see the normal situation, I take the line player here. When the line player is here, it's a little bit different, but I play it like also this way. When the line player is here, this player is going up also. Yeah, so we have one more here, but one less here. The situation, we have to play 2 against 3 and 1 against 2 in the situation in the Swedish 6-0, and that's a risk. And you have to play very clever player on this position and on this position. They have to be worker. And these players, they have to see the situation and see, have I go up and fake, have I go stop, or have I go nothing, because now is nothing happened and I have to close the line. Okay. Okay, then let's start. That's the situation. Yeah, we make this triangle. You saw it before, and this player is going here too, and we have the situation that we stop and make it slow, like Jochen said yesterday. Yeah, and when we can make it, and sometimes I have problem with my team, because some good Yugoslavian coaches, no, it was not, it was Hungarian coaches in the European, they have only come with not so high tempo, high speed, and we are going this way, and it was too easy for them to play it here, and then we get more goals. We have to work. It's not easy to find a good way to find more or less a good way to put risk and Sicherheit, safeness, security together. Yeah, it's not easy, but yeah. Go on further. That's a Swedish one. I don't want to talk about when there's crossing, and that's normal, you know. But the main thing is the triangle. You be before the line player. Try to not in the back, before the line, in front of the line player, and yeah, try to react. Yeah, that's the main problem of this Swedish 6-0. Normally, you are reacting. And when you are reacting, the problem is that the offensive acting. When I become maybe a trainer in a club or in a youth national team, I think I want to have a more active defense, because my problem is, we have seen the dates. We've seen the statistics. The offense teams are better and better and better, getting ever better. And if you are only reacting in the defense, you're not good enough, because they're in quality too good. Yeah. If you see maybe the Danish team, they played 2 players, Morten Olsen and Hansen. They play the ball, bam, 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 and they find a solution, boom. If they are not under pressure, you have no chance. And you can think, okay, maybe the goalkeeper is getting the balls, or we're making a block, but They are too good for this, and you have to be active to solve this. Yeah, that's the introduction for the next one. That's a Spanish one, and the Spanish one is really hard because you can't make it in 1 week and 1 month, but you see. I think 2 years ago there was 6 from 8 teams in the last 8 of the Champions League was trained by Spanish trainers. And the reason is because they make it like the way they make it. Yeah, they make the right decisions for the right players in the right situations. They are bring the offense in really, really bad situations because they don't know what is going on in the next moment. And that's what I want to show was, and they made it very good. The team was very active, and you see, if you can play a tactic, yeah, it's not easy to win 2 against 2, bounce the ball on the floor. Everyone knows it. And if you see the defense of Rhein-Neckar-Löwen or from the Spanish national team, you have often these situations. Sometimes you have players like Kai Hefner. Yeah, when it's like you see it in 2 hours. Yeah, when the first or the second throw of Kai Hefner is in, you can't stop him because he don't have to decide anything. He has thrown the goal. Yeah, he's a machine. I trained him, and it's you can't find a good defense against him, except the first decision he has to make is a decision. Yeah, when he but when he tries to, okay, I can play, I have to bounce, and then this player makes 1-1, shoot into the goal, and you can with your whole team defend this. I'm looking forward to the way the Israel national team tries to solve this problem in the defense. That's really hard. It's only one example. There are some players also, but there are only not so much players today here who are really international up level, like maybe Hefner or some others. I don't want to do. Okay. Started. When we have this situation, maybe they are up, but it's 6-0, but they are up because they go up and down, and tries to fake in every time. And they try to put maybe this player to bounce the ball on the floor and play 2 against 2, and he knows when I have bounced the ball on the floor, I have no chance to do anything. I have to shoot on the goal, make a pass to the line player, or play a pass. But I know if he's going up or down. I have stress, and stress makes you tired. And if you see the first 50 minutes are possible against the Spanish 6-0, but then it was harder to find solutions. Okay, am I? Okay, that was it. It was just an example because the animations are very complicated to make it. Everyone in this 4 in the middle, the line, the wing defenders are more or less defensive. They go to the passes, but this movings here 4 back and try to put him in situations they want. They want to plan where the throw is coming. They want to plan where the pass to the line player is coming. Okay. Yeah. So, and now, where are you? Your favorite defense. I want to say one thing to the Norwegian team when they play. The Norwegian women team, they play better 6-0. I've seen from the men, because when they play Swedish, when the left back comes to the middle, the player is going here and standing this room too, yeah, and he knows and everyone knows in this team that he goes now through, and then they make a little bit a Swedish defense like a Spanish defense, because was heißt falsches trap?
Trap,
Yeah, yeah. They make traps, yeah. They make tracks in a way, and it's very impressive to see this. And that's the problem of the women's handball. When they work like professionals in Norway, and they are paid like professionals, they can be really good. Huh?
I was in some seminar with the women's, the Norway coach, famous Norway coach, woman.
Of the woman, yeah.
I forget her name. It's short.
Me too.
Yes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She saw that first of all at 6-0, one of the goals is to push the pivot inside the 6 meters.
Yeah, yeah.
And to use him like trampolina.
Mm-hmm.
When you push him, it pushes you out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like for them the sign to go out. When they push the pivot, they go out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's
They
not
use him like
dangerous.
like
Yeah,
a wall to move out.
yeah.
And first of all, to push the pivot into the 6 meters. Then
Yeah.
we will move inside to side to side.
Yeah, it's another example for a trap. Yeah, if you push him inside, he's not dangerous for you because he can't get the ball. Yeah, and more or less that's the key to make the women's handball better, to work with professionals who can make this. Because if you're 4 or 5 times a week training, it's not enough. Maybe I don't know how many times you are have training in the week, but I think for making building a good team, you need 9 times a week training. Yeah, and you know what this means? It means 2 times a day, for 4 days. Yeah, and it's not possible to find solutions for all the problems: physical, technical. Yeah, and maybe it's not possible here in Israel now, but you have to push this, because that's the only. They're not better players in other countries, yeah, but they train more. No?
When you speak about the national team,
Yeah.
Norway, France,
Yeah,
Germany,
yeah.
they are not meeting during the season. They are meeting 1 week, maybe sometimes 2 weeks before the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Norway girls, women, play outside of Norway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But if you have professionals, yeah.
Yeah, but one play in German, one play in Hungary, one play in Romania, one play in Denmark.
Yeah, but they have a play.
Kind of different.
Yeah, yeah. They have a playbook with all the things they play, and they are professionals, and they know the Norway way of defense 6-0. Everyone knows. But if you ask a Russian or if you ask the French one, they know it too. Yeah, because it's every time the same, and that's maybe the problem of flexible systems, that you need more time. Maybe in Germany we have during the season often, now how many days? 50 days?
For the men's or women's team?
Both.
Less days.
Less days?
Less than 50.
30, 40?
30 is
Yeah.
pretty good, 25.
Yeah,
25,
yeah,
30,
yeah, yeah.
because not in every week all the same players are taking part, like in this national team week.
Yeah, when they play in different leagues, not so easy. But we need more time because we want to be flexible. Because we know we are not so strong as French. Yeah, we're not so clever like the Spanish ones. Yeah, we have to take from every country something. Okay, go to the French. The French is easy because the French is I win 1-1 and then it's over. Yeah. Start the animation, please. Yeah. When the situation is this way, yeah, it's clear he wins against him, and maybe he makes him difficult to see that he can win there. When he goes there, it's the same on this side. But normally he trusts that he wins, and they are winning so often. I think it's not so easy, because if you want to start a tactic, like Kreisel or Hugo or something like this, you have the problem that the line player is not finding a good position for making a block. Yeah, because this one knows that it's his job to make it. They are so concentrated because they don't say you have this and this cooperation resistance and this. They are responsible for their offense players, and that's a good situation if you have this strong players like the French one. But if you see, I don't know the name of Karabatic, but Karabatic is older and plays now on the. He was former in the middle. Now he plays on the. I think often on the half position. Huh? Ngessan is not in the middle. In the middle is the older one from Barcelona. Huh? Yeah, Sorendo. And when you see Sorendo, I was in Barcelona in training last October, and I saw him running, and he runs like this. He can't move. He's over 30. He's totally crashed. But if there's defense, he knows anything, and he's so much power, and you can win against him. But when you see, but they played. It was impressive training in Barcelona because Xavi Pascual played 1 hour, 6 against 6, 1 hour without a break. Also, you say, okay, it's a normal game, but there was no break in it. And the wing players has always to run. They don't change the wing players, but they change the 4 players in the middle. After sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 situations. And Sorendo was only playing defense. And that was so high level because everyone was not thinking, oh, how long they are training. Very concentrated. 45 minutes was really good. And for me, the most impressive was that no one asked anything. There was a situation that Xavi Pascual said, you have to be 1 more in the offense. Then the defense player know automatically, oh, when they are 1 more in the offense, we have to change the side because we have to make another change on the other side because our bench is now here because they changed. They make it automatically. And for me, as a professional trainer in Germany, I have the situation not. I have to tell you, hey, we have one way, go there, and they go there. They was so concentrated. It was, and when Xavi Pascual tells something, 20 players are listening. I was looking to every player. There was no one player who was making. Alle concentrated on him. And I think if you build up a good system in defense, yeah, you need players. Yeah. Yesterday with Jochen, sometimes the player of the team today was not so concentrated because it was little cooperation, little group. Today it was better because it was throwing on the goal, playing defense. Yeah. But one key to build a good defense is that the players are really concentrated and work hard for only 2 hours a day, because you don't have to be concentrated when you make weightlifting or running. You can do it. But when you're with handball training, for me it's important to be very concentrated because the details are the deciding points of winning or losing games. Okay. The Icelandic one, we don't see it because I saw that we have so less players. Maybe that it's not possible. You know, maybe the Atlantic player here, my former player, was not so really good defense player, but he was a national player in the team, in Sigurdsson. And I find it impressive what they play for a defense, because this defense is really hard. You can't play normally. You can't play a tournament like Olympic Games in this system. But they were 2012, second one. Silver medalist. Huh? 2008 was, yeah, maybe in 2000. It was really good because you have to fight so much if you play this kind of decent. Okay, come on. When you play maybe like here across without the ball, they play like this normally. We saw yesterday the Icelandic team, when they play from the wing, it looks like 4-2, and it's a 4-2, but It's because the wing is away. Yeah, but they play 1-1 with really big space, and one of the players told me that you play in the youth sometimes auch 3-3. Yeah, yeah. Before, also, yeah. But normally 5-1 now. Yeah, but that's really hard. But if you have the right players and the right mentality, you can play it. I think only this kind of defense, it's good to play with Icelandic players because they have the right mentality for this. Yeah, they are so motivated in every training. For me, I've trained 5 Icelandic players. Was very good. After the training, they are training for themselves. In front of before the training, they are making some preparation. Before any other do this. Yeah. And that's maybe the reason that they are so successful, because they're only 300,000 overall. And I don't know, more than 10,000 handball players, I don't know. But but 100 are in Europe. Yeah. Okay. Last step is a German 6-0. And that's the reason why I put all the information about the other defense 6-0s. We play now in Germany a mixture of different systems. Yeah. Maybe you think that we play a German system, and maybe in the past, 10 years ago, there was a system. Yeah. But now we play a system who's flexible. We change. Maybe we play it like I show you now. It's only one example. And we see after this video of German in the last World Championship. And you can see the different things we put into our system. Yeah, the reason is that what I said in the beginning, we can be successful with one system. We think this, yeah. And if you have different systems, you can choose, and we need players who can do it. But if you see, as an example, please start, yeah, that we have the situation that normally, yeah, we play third one up like Swedish here and reacting. And we see that the line player is running. We go up from this situation and are here up, and this one is following. It's only a little example for what we change. And all these 4 players have to be informed about the rules, because the rules are changing. It's a bit, I'm a little bit like Spanish, but without so much acting. Yeah. The Spanish players are more acting, but we have tall players often, and we have tall players. We cannot always move outside the 9 meters. Yeah, it's too much space. We have to go. We cannot do this. That's the reason why we play more like a compact group here. Yeah, but the moving of the line player is more or less one problem. And then we have to change. Yeah. Okay, wenn du einmal nochmal das Video startest. When we see now, in my spare time, in my free time, I learn Israelic. No. But I've heard I read it from right to left. It's on the stick. Here, it's on the yeah. Go one. Here. Yeah. You know.
For Korea.
Okay, kannst du mal
This
first?
level, at least for this second game, there shouldn't be too much worry about fatigue in the Brazilian side. Tagus Petros starting
Können wir das nochmal haben?
Toledo with the first shot of the game, and that's saved by Andy Bull. We can then back in now. Remember the ball into the line is cut out, and there's a challenge as well. I think that's going to be. Cheryl Lanswich. Saber Shaleba. And how's it that for Korea?
Mama, stopp mal einmal. Danke. Okay. We have we play often with Winczek and Pikela in the middle. The problem is for our fast break that they are both line players, and it's not so easy to make a good fast break. But they're really good defenders in the middle, tall, good in blocking, and we can make our system good with them. We have some problems because in the national team they have to play a different system to their system in Kiel, and that's not easy because in Kiel often Pekelas have to goes up and takes everyone offensive. Yeah, and the cross is offensive, and in the national team, we want to play Swedish. Don't change position. Yeah, don't be like 5-1 and stay in this sector. Yeah, and yeah, that's not so easy. But in this situations you see now, we see one of the. Oder sometimes. Now I want to. Oder kann ich dann? Wie kann man? Stopp mal, wenn ich sage, okay. The first thing, what is important is.
At least for this second game.
Stop. Yeah, that we push him out. Yeah, that's normal, but it's really good work because the Brazilian team was very good in using the space here, and we have some space, and it's important to.
Number 1 and 6. With the leg on the line, is purpose that the line player, that the wing will not cut inside.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, we try to push them away, and they know that will do this. Yeah, and but if you see it, what they do in the next scene, yeah, you can see it why it's important to push it. Okay.
In the Brazilian side.
Okay, stop. Yeah, genau. And now you see the Swedish variation. We have here the middle player goes to the line. He is here, and we play 2 against 2 on both sides. Yeah. When we have these situations, we are not going up to the because there's no middle player. We make no stop fall. He's not going up. I'm playing 2 against 2. And he is following first him because the ball was here with a guy here, and then he goes to the middle and he goes up, and that was very successful in the games. Yeah, because not so many games are playing good offense actions against Germany. Only Norway. Okay. Yeah.
With the first shot of game,
and
saved by Andy Bull.
Okay. Okay, stopp nochmal. Und das war halt eine gute Szene. It was a good scene because maybe you think that was a free throw. Yeah, it was 9 meters because he pushed him in this moment. But that's international rule. Yeah, if you are in front of the guy and you are pushing was not with this, but with this, then it's normal. Yeah. Okay.
We can then back in now. Germany ball into the line is cut out.
Okay, make it stop. That's what very clever of the French team. They know that Germany wants to let Pekela going up, and he's strong. He tries to win the 1 against 1, and they're faking. It seems that they're going so down here into the room, and then he's playing the ball to the left-hander, and now. What they want, Winczek is up, and they know Winczek is not so good in fighting in this offensive position, and they know that he will lose. Yeah, but the German knows that he will lose too, and that's the reason Pekela is helping, and he is going down and make the pass to the line player. It takes the pass to the line player because they don't want to change positions, and they be in their sector. Okay. Very good here.
Germany, ball into the line is cut out.
Yeah.
And there's a challenge as well. I think that's going to be. Sharrow line switch. And Toledo comes into the middle now, looks for a bit of space. He goes a long way around.
Yeah.
Ball into the
Stop.
line. It's no good though.
Come on. Okay, you see the same situation, yeah? Winczek was cannot stop him, but he knows that it's not his rule. The rule is, if you can stop him, go back to the line player and take the ball, and Pekla knows that he have to follow. And that's a real big problem in 6-0. If one is up and the other one, you know, Flensburg is playing it every time. They go with the line player to one side, and then the line player is sprinting to the other side. And in the middle, you have to win 1-1 with so many space, yeah? And it's better to do it like this and successful if you say, okay, that's the room you have to defend, and when it's got also room, you have to go to the line player and the next player can order. But it's not every time successful.
The middle now looks for a bit of space. He goes a long way around. The ball into the line is no good though. Keeper between the posts. Got away with it last time after giving the ball away, but needed a smarter shot this time. That was not a smarter shot. Toledo picks it up though on the rebound.
Also einmal laufen lassen, die ganzen Blocksachen.
Going right down the middle there. But Germany are strongest in defense, is not advisable. Toledo wanted to go low, but he was held up by Paul Drucks before he could get the shot off. The crowd are enjoying this defense at the moment. Shot comes in wide to the right. But 4 goals for him in very quick succession. Toledo lays it off, shot blocked, and Wolf gets to it. He goes over the top, empty net, but it's wide to the left. Could have played the pass off, but he fancied going for it alone. 2 minutes. Germany doing a fine job so far. Long range shot down the middle again. Blocked.
Okay, stop. Okay, if you see this, you see the atmosphere is one deciding point in the situation, because they put stress and pressure on the offense players. But there was only one statistic where the Germans are the best, yeah, and was blocking, yeah, and that's maybe a part of the Russian 6-0, yeah, that the middle players, if they can't go out, make a real good block. Especially Winczek is very good in blocking, because he's one of the players who can play. He can jump an early block. Yeah, an early block is not so easy, because you have jump in the moment when the offense player is jumping it, and he has a very good feeling for when jumping is good. But the blocking was very good, and what you see is a video that Christian Prokop shows the team after the first games. Yeah, that's the original, and he talks to them and say, "Hey, that's what we made good in our system," and you see in some scenes something what they have to make better. Okay.
Wait, can I ask you?
Yeah.
We saw Wolf shooting from goal to goal. What is the system in Germany?
The system in
For the goalkeeper, if the other goal is empty,
yeah.
is the goalkeeper is shooting, because in Norway they are passing the ball to the middle and then shoot from the middle, not the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
What is in Germany?
Yeah, in Germany, the goalkeepers have the possibility to shoot, because all the goalkeepers are training these shoots, yeah, and they can do it. And you see after the throw over and was close to the goal, Wiede is going to Wolf and tell him, I don't know what him tell him, but I think that him tell him, well, good one, next one goes in, yeah. And it's not so, they lead with 8 goals, 13-5, and then.
Das war auch die Frage, ob es eine Regel ist, dass die Torhüter schießen oder ob die noch
Yeah, the rule is, like I know, that the goalkeepers are shooting themselves. Yeah. Yeah. And what's the rule in your team?
Shoot.
Shoot. Yeah.
But in no way, Ben and Dan say it's not to shoot.
Yeah.
In their system.
The problem is the time. If you play one pass more, there can be so many things happen that you can't control. But when the goalkeeper has a goal and the empty goal is there, then you can throw. Have you seen the trick of the Icelandic goalkeeper? He was running. He was running here, and he shows the goal is empty, and then he goes to the middle. Yeah, and this is working. But when the goalkeeper is throwing, you can't make this way because it takes too long time. Yeah, but it was a good trick, and that's Icelandic teams. Yeah. But what's the situation? What will they do when they know that he's running here? They can play a long pass, and then you have one when you have 7 against 6 or 6 against 6, and when you're 5, when you have a suspension, it's very good. Yeah, this solution is not possible. Okay, then let's go on.
For Brazil, it's a bit of damage limitation, trying to boost the morale a bit, gain a bit of confidence.
Ja. Die müssen wir noch einmal sehen. Stop. Super. This was lucky, yeah, because very good played from the Brazilian team, yeah. Like in the scene before, we saw, he cannot go up, because he was up, and normally we have no chance to defend. The problem is no, this guy is not good from the back, yeah, and he's shooting, and this guy here goes always in the long corner. And sometimes you need, for Christian, this was a sign for good blocking, because all the players are playing. But for me in this situation, I think it was like Heinevetter, it does every time. He takes not the corner he has to take, then he takes the corner he means that's the right one. Yeah. And when we play with Burgdorf against Berlin, we say always for the back players, shoot into the goalkeeper's corner, because he's every time in the block corner. Yeah, and but in this case it was right, and maybe it was an example for good blocking. I think it was a little bit lucky.
A bit of confidence with that shot straight.
Okay, you see it.
In this opening half.
No.
It's all in opening half.
Obwohl, zeig nochmal, die beiden Szenen. It was very interesting because this first thing was like we wanted.
Confidence with that shot straight.
Stop. You know, we have the situation. He is not necessary to go up. More or less because he goes to the side, he can go up, but he was not standing in the room. But this is what we want, like the Swedish system, yeah. And when you see the next team, then maybe it was different, and that was another thing of what we did. Mal stop. You know, if you see this, the second one is up. Yeah, in this situation, normally not right. Yeah, we want to go up with the third position, and he is up, but normally he should close this room for the line player. Now it's not, and I don't know. Maybe it's a corporation. I think it's in this situation they decided like this way, and this space cannot be used because he's before, and this player makes a stop for. Yeah, it was not like system, but it works in the situation because when everyone can find a solution because he's looking at the situation, like we said yesterday, it's not only in the situation when you are 1-1, it's often a situation that he is looking here and anticipating what is coming next. Yeah? And we have to train these situations too.
Controlling opening half. Or battling opening half from both defenses here. Ball out to the right wing, that's out of play. Probably decide everything in terms of finishing third. Because at the moment, looks like France and Germany are favourites to finish in the top two. But a long way to go in this group, as we've seen already. Ball into the line is good to Gensheimer, came in from the left wing. He puts it away. Germany back in the lead, 6-5. Remy Lee, and that's an attacking foul called against. There's one area they were struggling with.
One of the goals was that the players have to be more clever in situations. When they are fouled, to show that they are fouled. When they see there's no room between 1 and 2, then not to defend only, then make a Stürmerfoul, what's the name of it? Provoking of an offensive foul, yeah. And maybe in the situation when the wing player comes in, be in the head, be concentrated on the next thing, not throwing a goal in the offense, making the next step, making provoking an offensive foul in the defense. Yeah, and that was very good. And there was one goal. And now we come to the problems that we have with the 6-0. And in our system, we don't want to lose any 1-against-1 on the half positions to the outside. Because we want, like the Russians more or less, the movings to the middle. Yeah? And you can see what happens sometimes. And that was one thing that Christian Prokop was teaching, and we can see in the game if it's working. Okay, maybe the Israeli team is good in playing because I think they are not so tall. Throwing over the middle maybe is not successful. But what's the other possibility? To go between 1 and 2 and throwing there, and maybe can be a good situation for the game.
Toledo waiting in the middle. And here he is on the ball. Eventually he gets a shot off. Second goal of the game.
To try to cut a little bit the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were ready. Okay. You saw that's a problem, and maybe Israel can show us what are these problems in the game. Maybe that's not so easy with the young players. We have new in the team. Six players are rookies, not really rookies, but not so often in the national team. And I think it can be a good chance for Israel to find solutions like this. We have some special thing. It's not 6-0, but maybe interesting. The German team is changing the system when we are one player more. When we are 6 against 5, and they change the goalkeeper against for a player and have an empty goal. Because the problem is they can play so long as before, but if you play more aggressive, it's not so easy to play so long. And you can see we change between 3-1 and 6-0 in these situations.
For France, in attack, Quinton Mahe gets the nod in the centre-back position. He goes in as a second line. For the meantime, Luke Abelo drifts inside. He tries to find some space. And he goes right into the eye of the storm. Big, imposing German defence. Diekemann starts at right back. Timothée Ingesson at left back. He lays it into Quinton Mahe. And immediately these last few minutes. Naltesh on the ball. He tries to go 1 against 1. He lays it off. Rodriguez.
Das ist bestimmt nach einem Freiwurf gemacht. Ja?
Soleil was very efficient. He was not doing a bad job at right back.
Mach mal Stopp gleich. It was just for you to see that everyone wears a 9 meter. Maybe we see it today too. There's a stop, and then they change from 3-1 to 6-0. And it's not easy if you are in the offense to think, oh, it's 6-0. We have to change something in our things. And the last thing that I want to show you is in this system, if you see it, and there's a changing what's taken from another 6-0. Okay.
Kind of wasteful as well.
Stopp mal.
Gets his chance.
Genau.
Ball into the line is no good.
Ja. You saw, kannst du es noch einmal spielen? Und dann noch einmal Stopp machen, wenn er draußen, wenn der Mittelmann noch den Ball hat?
Bad job at right back. A tiny bit wasteful as well.
Jetzt genau. You see, normally he should not lose against the hand, but he has to help in the situation. He not has to go up because we want to play it like a sector and in Swedish, but he's going up. Yeah, and that's a situation because he's looking to the situation. He saw that he's not able to put the ball here, and they are not switching. He's staying up, and he was playing to the line player, and that's a rule we have maybe in the Spanish system, but not in the normal Swedish system. And that's a variation what I talked about yesterday, that we want to cooperate and find solutions. And when Wiede said to Pekela, I'm going up and I'm staying up, and Pekela said to Winczek, he's up and stays up, you have to control the line player. Then you can make a solution that is maybe better than before. Okay, so
Rodriguez gets his
yeah.
chance. Ball into the line is no good. And he plays it over the top. Gensheimer. And this time he makes no mistake. Right before the buzzer, Uwe Gensheimer. Already. And a 4-goal lead for Germany. Ball to the right hand side to Jose Toledo. He tries to find the line. Finds Paddy Winczek.
Okay, stop. Yeah. Also, that's it. I want to show a throw from a field player in the end. That's what I want to show. It's just a little part of the defense, and now I try to make just think in half an hour with a team to play a little bit 6-0 like in German, and maybe you can see it in the game. And when not, it's my fault. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed what I talked with you, and maybe we can talk about some questions after the practice. Okay? Ready? Yeah.